All right, welcome back to Creating Anarchy, everybody. It's your girl Broja in China, and we are talking today about friends or foes.
Yes, obviously, there's been a lot going on with social media and um, the story of the woman in Mexico with her
Yeah,
friends.
what's her name? Shanquella Robinson?
Yes,
Hmm.
um, that's crazy because imagine going, like, traveling to a tropical place, like some place that,
Vacation.
a lot of people, yeah, like people dream about vacationing, and you end up attacked by a friend, and
I want to know the deeper story behind that, though. Like, were they friends? Were they friends of a friend? Like, were they just mutual friends of one person and they got together sometimes? Like, I want to know the details. Like, did you fuck her man? Like, why? Not that anything excuses it, but why did she feel the need? Did you watch the video?
yeah.
So why did she feel the need to fight this girl and continue to fight this girl when she's not fighting back?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
I
what was
mean,
so bad?
for me, I'm not gonna fight anybody who's not fighting me back, especially to that degree. Like, I don't know, the video was scary, and
It
like the way
was
everybody tried to cover it up, and
the
her
fact
best
that
friend was
he was
her best
recording.
friend was with her.
Yeah, and then I think he was the one that said, like, "You gonna fight back?" And she was like, "No." Like, that shit is sad as fuck, but that's why you have to watch. Like, I would never go on vacation with a group of girls that I just met that far away, like, without someone that I'm kin to.
Yeah,
Like, if you're gonna come and we just met these girls, it's like, all right, it's two of them, two of us, fine, they're cool. But like, I'm not going on a trip with, I don't know. You just gotta watch, because it's like it could be someone you knew forever that's been jealous of you, and then some shit pops off, or they're like, "Yo, I'm gonna fight her tonight because she made
yeah.
me feel like this." Like,
I mean, if that was really her best friend, that shit wouldn't have went down like that.
yeah,
He clearly
but
wasn't
people
a
are
friend
fake
at
though.
all.
You never know who you know. Like, you never know who you're dealing with. You never know what people are capable of. And I learned that this year myself. So he could have very much been her best friend for years, and then maybe he had some sort of jealousy or animosity towards her because of whatever. Like, I heard she was like an entrepreneur, and she was like doing well in what she was doing. So maybe they was hating. Like, I would just love to know, what did this girl do so bad that made y'all like, we're gonna fight her? And I know they didn't mean to kill her. But the fact that they did, like, the fact that
And
you
then they
hurt
tried
her
to
that
cover it
bad.
up,
Yeah.
and you know what I mean?
The
Like,
whole the whole squad needs to be in trouble if we're
yeah.
talking about it. You know what
Well,
I'm
they actually
saying?
made
Like,
an arrest, right?
I, I don't know if they, like, I've been hearing mixed reviews that they did and then they didn't, but I know one person is like, if she's not arrested already, she is like, there's a warrant.
In the
But
work.
everyone should be in trouble. Y'all tried to cover up a murder. Someone said, I believe she paid for them to go on the trip as well. That's so sad. And there was a video of her like walking around like, "What's up, bitches? Like, come on, get ready." And then
Oh
she walks
yeah,
in.
and
Yeah,
she walks in the room and everything, but you can
the
tell even.
vibe, you can feel the energy from watching it, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
yeah,
that's.
super fucking sad. Like, death affects me so much. I just be like, I wish I could bring them back. Like, I wish I could go back to that day and stop somebody from doing something. Like, every time I watch or hear about her, I get really like sad for her family. I get sad for her because, like I said, she was just trying to have a good time. She was trying to turn
And you
up.
think about what are people thinking in that moment, like when something like that is happening to them. These are people that you went on a vacation with, and like you said, I would very much so make sure, like, first off, even when I'm traveling like overseas or something, I'm definitely going to make sure I'm in a safe environment. You were definitely out of your element. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely gonna have my guard up to begin with.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go on a trip with.
But like I was saying earlier, like, oh, maybe if it's me and you, like, and those two, yeah, we'll go.
Yeah,
She was with who she thought was her best friend,
yeah, and
So
that's what I'm like. That's scary.
yeah, just, you can't trust anyone. Can somebody comment? If we sound low to you guys, we got a comment that says that our audio is low, and if it is for everyone, we need to fix it. But if it's just you who said it, then you need to fix your phone. because I hear China just fine.
Like maybe turn the volume up.
Yeah. But okay, so like, yeah, the whole story, we don't know really if they were friends or not, but just like think about how scary it can be, like the term frenemies, you know, like someone you think you're friends with, but there's this secret low-key animosity and they could just do something crazy.
Yeah, they're waiting for the perfect opportunity to attack. Like that's like a frenemy. Like they're waiting for something to happen in order to like pop off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
And then some people don't wait though. Like some people aren't waiting to do something. They're just your friend because maybe y'all had a friendship, but then they didn't like you in the middle, and they don't know how to say, "Oh, I'm jealous of you," or I'm these things, so I'm being weird on the inside. That's what scares
yeah,
me the most about people. You don't know their
their
inside
true
intent.
intentions. Yeah,
Yeah.
and you know what? Like I feel like a lot of people try to deny being a frenemy. Like
Yeah.
they themselves try to cover up the fact that they secretly, like you said, are jealous of this person or have some type of hatred towards them. Like if you're around somebody and you feel uneasy and you don't feel good thoughts, like it's not positive, you need to take a step back from that because that is not where you need to be. That's not
Yeah. Yeah. And it's scary when you can't necessarily feel that, but in their head, they're like, fuck this bitch, I don't like her. You know what I'm saying? And you just have no idea. Like, but I'm really good at reading situations and people, so I've had some of those in my time. Um, and I guess you could say I played with fire. I'm still around, and I'm like gonna show you I'm the tough one. I'm the alpha, so you're not gonna like watch. I got you. Like now
yeah,
we're frenemies. Now we're
yeah.
going back and forth on some
But
like
you know
low-key
what?
shit.
Have
But
you
that was
had
like
go ahead.
young me. I wouldn't today. If someone is like that to me, I have to let them go.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
it
I
would
mean,
affect
do
me too
you
much.
ever feel like do you I lost my train of thought, bitch.
I'm sorry. You could have just went. You're always like, go ahead. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'm not gonna go back and forth with you.
Oh, do you ever feel like people like you feel that way towards somebody like, oh, this bitch is hating, but like deep down it's like you're in denial. Like you don't want to think that your friend really is being a fucking hater. Like you
Yes.
get what I'm saying? Like you're like maybe my mind is playing games on me. Maybe I'm reading the room differently. Like like most of the time you're right, but it's
Yeah.
like almost like you want to keep giving chances until it's set in stone. Because sometimes if you even approach the
I was just
situation,
about to say
they're
that. They're
gonna
going to be
deny
like,
it.
no. So then it's like,
Yeah,
all right, I just wasted my time addressing this. Now we have an issue that's bigger. Like, nobody is going to admit to, like, oh, yeah, I'm hating on you. So it's like those kind of things, you just kind of got to either like run with it or remove the person. That's based on like your judgment call. But
yeah,
I've had plenty of those situations too. Like, oh, I feel like you're jealous, and like I feel like you're being away towards me because you are. Like, girl, I've had times where I've stepped out with bitches and I'll look really good, and I'm like the friend like that. I'm gonna hype my friends up regardless, and if they look a mess, I'm gonna tell them no, change that, right? But
yeah.
whatever. I'm always like, damn bitch, look at you, blah blah. But I don't get that from them, like I've had bitches get in a bad mood, like almost. You can feel their energy change when I step
When they
out because
go,
I
yeah.
look so good. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit is
No, I
intense.
get
I've
that.
had
Or
family
like,
do that to me.
yeah, like you can feel like the envy.
Yeah.
You could feel like
Envy, yes.
you
Hmm.
could feel it definitely. Or like when something good happens and they don't clap for you and they're not
Yes.
congratulating you and
Yeah.
the mood changes. It's
Hmm.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable.
Yeah. And then like speaking of envy, there's those friends that will envy you so bad that they can't not be your friend. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
like they want to be around because of how much
And
you know
they have to
they
be able
envy
to
you.
pick up things to mimic, and then they envy you because they admire you, so they
Yeah,
admire you so much they can't be you, so they need you to be a part of their life.
but see, I'm like you said, like if you can't be me, join me. Like there's enough room for everybody. Like don't hate. Like why do we have? That's why I don't have a lot of female friends to begin with because it is there is that cattiness, there is that hate, jealousy in a sense. Like it's a competition constantly. Like we can all win. We can all do this together. Like why are you trying to compete with me?
Yes,
We don't have to
exactly.
compete. We are on the same team. Like we could do this together.
And I'm okay with my friend doing more than me because the opportunity struck for her first.
Yep.
Like I'm okay with that. I'd never sit and be like, yeah, like I was supposed to do that, but whatever. Like it happened for you. I believe that everything. This is why I don't compete, and I could never. Everything that's supposed to happen for me will happen in this lifetime. So like I don't understand people seeing you do well and instead of being happy for you, they envy it and they're jealous and they give off this energy, which they think they're not. But like I said, I'm really good at picking up,
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel you, sis, like, I could never be jealous of somebody's success. I could never be mad at someone's success, even if it was something I wanted so fucking bad. I'm just like, oh my God, that's crazy. I'm happy for you. Yeah. But you did mention you don't have a lot of female friends, and I made a post earlier about like, is that a red flag? And I don't remember if like, I don't remember the percentage. Let me go check. But
is it a red flag for you?
So I wouldn't necessarily say it's a red flag. However, I've had women who they don't have a lot of female friends. So 79% of people said no, 21 said yes. So I've like seen people who, they don't have a lot of female friends, or they're always falling out with their friends, and then I pick up on why, because we end up falling out, and I'm like, that explains it. So I wouldn't say like, if you don't have female friends, I'm like, let me keep my guard up, but I definitely am a little bit more, like, because why don't you have friends? You've lived this whole lifetime and you couldn't keep one solid friend. I don't give a fuck for you to have fucking 10, but like, you don't got 2 or 3 that you could just call on and talk to, like, I don't know.
So for me, like, it's not a red flag unless you're always falling out with friends. Like if you just genuinely don't, and I mean, maybe that's me being biased.
But how are you 30 and you don't have friends, bitch? So you had to have fallen out with these bitches, like.
But I mean, not like falling out like in a bad way. It's just there's a lot of traits in women when they get together as a group that I kind of I shy away from. You know me, like I don't like to be put in situations where I'm uncomfortable. I don't like to be in the middle of drama. I don't like talking shit about people. Women love to gossip. I don't like doing it, especially if like somebody's in the group, somebody walks away, now everybody's talking about them. I don't fuck with that shit. Like,
I would never be in that kind of friend group.
Yeah. So, but a lot of women are like that.
Yeah.
There are a lot of women that are, some people bond over talking shit about people.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I've had people like that. I'm just like, oh God, like, are we gonna discuss something else?
Yeah.
But I did want to read this comment from Blueprint Harris. It says, what's even harder, this ain't directly correlated, but what about having a friend that you feel like you growing apart from on your end? You love them so much, but y'all drifting apart.
Ooh, that's hard. I mean, that's happened to me.
Yeah. Same.
I mean, there's nothing you can really do. You love them from a distance and you let them know you're there. I mean, sometimes it just naturally happens.
Yeah. So there's a thin line with that for me. If you're not growing as a person and you're remaining somebody that is unhealthy for you and our friendship, then I'm like, okay, we're definitely drifting apart. We got to go our separate ways. But I'll always love you and I'll always keep in touch. No hard feelings. I just can't surround myself with you as much. But if we're just different, I'm okay with that. I don't believe birds of a feather flock together. So I think if you are like this and I'm like this, as long as you are not weighing me down, that's okay. But if we're drifting apart in a sense where we just don't communicate as much anymore, there's a deeper issue, because why aren't we?
Well, I mean,
it's nothing to send a
text. Like new jobs come into play.
It's nothing to send a text.
Like moving.
Nothing to make a phone call.
I mean, for me, I've drifted. Yeah. I never took it personal. I definitely, like, you know, I would reach out, I would do my part, and if they're kind of just drifting away, it's like, okay, I'll love you from a distance. I'm
But
not
that's
gonna.
what I'm saying. So if you're doing your part and this person is still drifting away, there has to be something there that's making them like feel away and don't want to talk to you no more, you know, because like it's not that hard to keep in touch. We're grown, so no, we're not expected to be like high school, like every day I'm coming to your house and I'm coming over, we're doing this, you know, like, but keeping in touch with a friend, that's adulthood friendship, you know, for the most part until
I
you
mean,
do
and
get
that's
together.
why I don't have a lot of friends, because I, I don't have, you know, friends are a maintenance, and like real friends are a maintenance. And for me, I am not, it's a lot of work to keep up with people, including, you know, I'm a mom, you know, I do things. So it's like, I'd rather have a smaller, good group of friends and have a better, intimate relationship with them versus calling these big group of people my friends and having to,
Well, yeah, no,
um,
there's definitely a thin line for me. I have very few friends, but I have a lot of associates,
mhm.
and I even keep in touch with my associates. But see, that's I like so I am a mom, you know, and I do have this life outside of being a friend, but I like to balance it consciously, and I'm very good at communicating. I'm very good at, you know, just, oh, I thought of you, hey, just thinking of you, you know,
Yeah.
love you, right? Like I'll send out those texts even if it's been a whole month since I've talked to you. I'll send it. Or like social media. It's like we all spend time on social media. You don't see your friend on social media, you know, like you could always it's nothing to send a text, like I said. So I could always find that time in taking care of my kids to be like, boop, 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 hey, you know, love you. We
Yeah,
gotta
but I
catch up
mean,
soon.
for a numerous amount of, like, how often are you doing that? For like, for me, it's like, I'll, you know, I do a lot of like DMs, or I'll text through social media because it's a lot easier
Hmm.
for me. I'm not a great texter, so you're a great texter. For me,
You're not.
yeah, I'm a horrible texter.
Let
So
me just state for the record, guys, I'll be ready to cuss China the fuck out about
yeah,
her texting.
yeah, I'm a bad
So,
texter. I
yeah.
am. I'm really bad with my phone, period. So, um, so how do you feel about keeping your friends close and your enemies closer?
No. I don't get with that quote.
Me either. Like, bitch, shit. Like, get the fuck away from me. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I get the expression, like where it's coming from, but I think people like abuse it. Like, it's like, you know, if you do notice that somebody is like hating or dangerous to you in a way, like you just keep them, I guess, mentally closer. Like, keep an eye on them.
Yeah.
But as far as relationship wise, no, bitch, if I don't like you, or I feel like you don't like me, or there's some weird shit going on, I don't want to be around you. And this is how
At
people
all.
end up
And in those
hurt.
situations where, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like, yeah, for one, I don't trust people enough. And two, I'm not good at faking it. I cannot fake like you. You will know if I don't fucking
The
like you.
first slick shit they say, I'm like
Okay, yeah, like now all these feelings I have, like
are
it's
coming
it's
up.
turning up. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
it don't sit
fuck
well with me
no.
at all.
I don't get with the friends close, enemies closer at all. Um, so TMF Baby said friends are relationships, and then Blueprint Harris, and I loved it. They both just mentioned this because this is how I live by all relationships in my life. Blueprint Harris said, I treat my friendships like a relationship, homeboy, homegirl, lover. I've always believed if you think about somebody, hit them up. But I also don't like anything being forced either.
Mm-hmm.
So
No, I
same,
agree.
I treat my friends like we always said, like people are like, oh, it's like you guys are in a relationship because we do treat it like a relationship. If you could argue with your man today and be kissing up on him tomorrow, then you could argue with your friend today and you know reconcile everything tomorrow
Yep.
and fix it and like nothing ever happened. So
I'm
I
big
love
on that.
my friends passionately, you know, like I like yeah,
No,
super big
I'm
on
really big on
friendship.
that. Like, I feel like I should be able to have a disagreement with my friends, or not agree, or especially like if you guys are spending a lot of time together or just having a passionate conversation, sometimes things get heated, words get exchanged,
Hmm.
and like, all right, bitch, fuck you, bye,
Yeah.
love you, see you tomorrow. You know
Love
what I
you.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Like, I feel like our relationship has taught me a lot of that. Like, what, we've been friends for like 15
Forever.
years.
But at the beginning, we were like, oh, we just argued. Now we're not going to talk for
But
two
that's what I'm
months.
saying. It taught me, because why
Yeah.
would I want to miss out on that time with
Yeah.
somebody that I love and I care about over something so stupid?
Mm-hmm.
And one, like a lot of ego and pride goes into it. Nobody
Mm-hmm.
wants to say sorry,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, just fucking
These
say sorry.
days, we're like, let me be the bigger person,
Yeah.
which I'd be the bigger person more than you. We'll just say that for the record, but it's fine. You're
Maybe
personal.
you're wrong more than me.
Get the fuck out of here, and you know damn well. Get the fuck. Oh,
You know what? I'm working on accountability, guys.
you are. She is. She is. I remember one time we had a fight, and she started being accountable, and I was just like, oh, like I dropped everything, and I was like, I
I'm
love
so
you,
proud.
bitch. Yes, like, yes.
For sure.
Can I get some podcasts said women and men are more likely to tolerate frenemies if they are viewed as useful? The difference is men will set a hard line, and the lines between women can get blurry. Ooh, touch on that.
So, I mean, I think that we even wanted to cover this beneficial friends. You know what I mean? Like just keeping somebody around because they're beneficial. I don't like that. It's not for me. It's not for me. I don't like, like using people. However, like if it's networking or like business wise to get a step ahead, something like that, like I get that aspect of it, but keeping somebody around like just as a friend or calling them my friends to benefit, I don't like it because I wouldn't want it done to me. I wouldn't want somebody like not liking me and then using me for gain.
So I get what you're saying for sure. However, I have had those friendships where, and it's not my side, but like I said, I love people like passionately. If you're my friend, I love you, like, and if I don't feel like I'm getting that in return, but there's not necessarily a beef between us, but there is some sort of benefit here.
Some disconnect, but there's
disconnect, right? But
yeah.
I have, and I will remain the friendship for the benefit. It's now not a priority friendship. It's not, oh yeah, I'm telling you all my secrets and tell me all of yours.
Yeah.
It's more so, hey girl, how you been? Let's do this that we do, and whatever.
But would you say, I mean, like for me, I mean, I wouldn't keep, like, if I had ill feelings from them, or like like they made me uncomfortable, or I like them.
Yeah.
I think that's different than just keeping somebody around for the benefits. You know what I mean? Like you said, maybe there's a disconnect in the friendship.
Yeah.
Versus they're genuinely like not liking this person, like talking. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. What if
there's
you're
a
like,
disconnect? Okay. Yeah, there's a fine line. Like if you don't like him, you're talking shit. Like you're like all this shit. That's one thing. But if it's just a disconnect and you realize like, hey, this person isn't genuinely my friend. We're not telling secrets. We're not doing that. Like, I mean, we're adults, and I mean, everybody's trying to get a step ahead. I mean, I'm pretty sure that this person is aware. I mean, it's okay if your friendships are beneficial on both sides, and I think like as adults, we're all trying to get a step ahead. I just don't agree with stepping on somebody to get there. Like if you're just benefiting off of each other, fine, cool, but don't step on somebody.
No, for sure.
To get
Absolutely.
there.
Yeah. So hold on. Oh, someone said it's a passion. We won't be friends if I'm disconnected. I'm detached. Dang, y'all are just.
They're going off.
Yeah. Oh, okay, I lost the comment, but it was good.
Was by Blueprint Harris. I relate to that so much. If there isn't beef, but I feel the disconnect, but it isn't acknowledged, it's the passion.
Okay, no. Spanish Fly said, we won't be friends if I'm disconnected. I'm detached. We don't, we have no need to be fake friends. But I don't consider that fake friends because there's levels to this shit, right? You got to know where to place people.
Yeah.
So you have people who you're able to go turn up with, right? Like I could go drink with this bitch all the time because we have a good time. It's genuine laughs. It's funny. It's like, whatever. But that's not somebody I would wake up on Sunday morning with and I don't know, bitch, go to church, Like
you going to church? I thought you were going to say brunch.
I'm not going to church. Well, I was going to say brunch, but I turn up at brunch, so
yeah.
no. But you know what I mean? Like, there's just places you place people. I have people in my life that I would never fucking consider, like, telling my secrets to and having watched my kids and stuff like that. But I have a good time when I go out with this person, and it's good vibes when we're together. And I can't lean on this person and cry.
Yeah.
So you just got to learn where to place your friendships.
I think people do use the word friend very loosely.
Yep.
Excuse me. I do think that people use the word friend very loosely. You can have acquaintances, like you said, people you like to go out with, people who you have occasional lunches with. Like I said, networking. Let's go out. Let's talk each other's brains out. Like let's just fucking have a conversation. But those are not your friends. A friend is somebody you tell your secrets to. A friend is somebody you call when you need somebody to talk to. A friend is somebody who knows, things that are going on in your life that you don't just tell anybody. And, somebody did make a comment about, why I have people around if you don't have a connection with them. Connections aren't that frequent for you to just feel like you need to have a connection with everybody in your life. You know what I mean? Like the connections that you do have, those are your friends. But there are people, like you said, that you go out and you do for different things, and that's where you have to know where to place people in your life. You know what I mean?
There are places for people.
Those aren't your friends.
Right. But I've connected with coworkers in a way that's like, damn, bitch, I fuck with you. Let's go get drinks.
You know what I mean? Like
I know that's what I'm saying. So you could fuck with somebody and they could be a cool person, but that's not my friend. That's, like I said, no one I could lean on and cry to. But I could go have drinks with this girl, like, and it's not because she's a bad person or she carries bad energy. It's simply because we're not friends. We're not there. We didn't get there. And like you said, people use the term loosely. I don't.
Yeah, me too. Like, friend is big for me. So if I call you my friend, the whole 2 or 3 of you feel special.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 or 3. See, I the only friends I would consider are the people that I have longevity with right now. Like, I have a lot of friends that I would more so consider associates that I love dearly, that have been there for me in times, but they're not people that I call in my hard times and vent to. They're not people that I would want to tell my personal stuff to, because I don't know if they'll tell their actual friends my personal stuff.
Oh,
but I love them dearly.
God, let's talk about that, bitch.
Yeah,
I cannot stand that. Like, if I tell you something, it's not for you to go tell your other friend.
Exactly. That's not my friend. And even if I've hung out with her with you, that's not my friend. So I could fall out with her tomorrow, and you done told her all my business. So now in our argument, this bitch is airing me the fuck out. Like, you don't get to do that. And that's why you got to be careful with who you call friends and who you lean on, because
Yeah, no, I've had a big issue with opening up to people, because I had that happen to me in middle school, in high school, and it's affected me for the last 15 years. You know what I mean? Because I have a problem opening up now, because you argue, people throw it in your face. Yeah. Somehow you tell one person that you thought your friend was, one thing, and then now everybody knows. Now this person can use it against you. There are things, don't get me wrong. Maybe somebody tells you something and you go to bed with your partner and you guys, kiki, whatever. Your man don't really give a shit anyways. Whatever. But for me, I don't tell none of my friends' business to my other friends. And that's why it's so hard, because I do feel like my women friendships that I've encountered, gossiping does go on. Yeah. There's nothing else to talk about. They talk about somebody.
Exactly. But that's because them bitches have no fucking...
No life, no ambition. Like, they don't educate each other. There's no...
But you mentioned men. I don't even tell, like, the men in my life. I won't be like, oh, guess what? There's certain things it's like, get this tea, babe, right? But then it's other things that it's like, that's too personal for me to share with him. I know she wouldn't want this outside of us. So I don't even share everything with the man in my life. Like,
okay, so the man in your life. Okay, yeah, no, I get that completely. I'm just saying, like, I know some people do go to bed and maybe tell their partner, like, bitch, guess what this person said? Because men don't care.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, for sure. Like, there's things, but then there's other things. It's like, oh no, you
just don't. Yeah. You just don't.
I've
had a lot of my secrets, or I feel more confident telling men my secrets, or my male friends my secrets, than I do women. They have a better way.
Yeah, because they'll fucking hear it and then be like, they'll talk to you about it, and they, you know, it'll be what it is, and then they won't go and sit with the next person, and when your name comes up, talk about that. A
Yeah.
woman more than likely would, so for sure. Money Mason said, trust none. We all somewhat similar. Everything comes off right at the start, but majority of the time those new friends envy what you want, so they try to fit in your circle. Yes, I've had way too many new friends take the passion and the love from some things from me, that like I could love something, and then if you come in and you never loved it, but then now all of a sudden because I did,
You
you
love
love it,
it.
but you don't even, it's one thing to be like, damn bitch, you put me on. It's another thing to make it like, now I love this and I'm embracing this in this way, and you don't even give me my fucking credit now, bitch. I don't even want to love that
That
anymore.
anymore.
Like, you took that away from me. I'm so big on originality, like that when people try to mimic the things that I love, that I, you know, have created for myself as my own thing, it really takes away the love for it for me. I've grown apart from so much because I see other people like starting to do shit, and like, not for nothing, I have a passion for this podcast shit, and I could never lose it from a bitch copying. But bitches even be like turning around and doing this without
Doing
even
it.
like, bitch, without even being like, hey,
Even,
so
yes.
you know what
What?
I'm saying? Like,
Girl, let's
damn,
not
bitch,
even go
you're
there,
welcome for
girl.
the encouragement. Shit.
I mean, and
But you know,
that's something that we've definitely learned. Like, we've definitely reached out to people and communicated with them and told them, hey, we love what you're doing. Let's have a, you know, let's talk about it. Let's, you
yeah.
know, get, you know, and we'll definitely give people their credit where it's due. What do you
Oh, can I get some podcast? I want to read his comment real quick. He said, you have frenemies in your circle. You can have frenemies in your circle if you are fully aware of how they move and have taken steps to insulate yourself from their bullshit. If you realize skunks got a skunk, you can be cool.
Yeah.
So I partially agree. It all depends on the energy that this person is bringing. I cannot deal with someone who is constantly in a negative space and projecting that on me.
Yeah, I
As
mean,
an
like,
empath, it drains me.
it drains you. I mean,
Yeah.
for me, the key word he said, in a circle. If we're going out with a group of people and you're a friend of me, whatever, stay on that side of the circle. You know what I mean? However, we're not going to be, I'm not inviting you over to my house. I'm not going on vacation with you alone. I'm not putting myself in that situation to feel uncomfortable, to feel
Yes.
drained, any of that.
Or to be in
But
danger.
exactly. Money Mason says sometimes you got to test the friendship and make them the enemy momentarily to see if they fold. If they're solid, you know you have a real one. If you
Bruh,
ever
you
play with
tripping.
me,
Yeah. No, you tripping. You creating a negative space for the friendship.
yeah, but
What you gotta do is come correct, come positive, and then
yeah,
that's how you test
he's,
them. Like,
he's talking
this
about
nigga's
setting
like,
people up.
yeah. He's like, see what they can handle. That's
That's
funny.
crazy. So let me see. I think everything we read, right?
You know what? We mentioned the Shanquella Robinson story. When this came out, I think it was like 2017 maybe. I was like, me and Jasmine, my sister, we were on it like detectives. I wish Crystal was here because she would fucking co-sign this, because she was like, bitch, y'all are invested. The Kenneka Jenkins story, um, it was such a thing for us. We were like overlooking video footage over and over. But that's another thing. Like, there's a girl code, and we follow that girl code. And I remember the one time we got in a fight because you were like, I gotta use the bathroom. I'm like, bitch, I'm worried right now, and you're tripping. I'm not going to the bathroom.
Yes, and it was in the same hotel that this girl.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
No, it was the same chain.
No, it wasn't, babe. That was when we went to Orlando.
Orlando.
I think we stayed in.
Okay, you're
Yeah.
right.
But this
I
was in
was scared
Hollywood.
going to the
Yeah.
bathroom by myself.
But I'm like, can you just fucking hold it and let me deal with this, and then you compete? Like, but whatever. So there's a girl code, and you know, China would like to say I broke the girl code one time because I didn't go pee with her, but it was an emergency in my book.
But you
whatever.
didn't tell me.
I know, because because I was just in my head and I didn't want to tell you the details of it, and you know why. So whatever.
I
We'll move
needed to
past that.
pee.
The
And you
Kenneka,
go with your friends. Go with your friends.
you
You
know,
may
you
need
know
to
who
pee.
should have came with you? Our other friend. But that bitch was so on my nuts, she didn't want to leave me for you. But I could have stood there by myself and dealt with what I was dealing with, which was an emergency. She could have went with you, but she was on my nuts. We'll get into that later. Um, Kenneka
Stay
Jenkins,
tuned.
the story behind her is so sad to me, dog. Like, I don't know, were you aware of that? Did you watch it, read up on it or anything?
I did, especially after our Orlando trip,
Okay.
like that.
Okay. Oh, yeah, me. Okay. So those bitches were her friends, apparently. That's who she always went out with, who she always partied with, who she went to school with, who she was with all the time. And they let her wander off alone by herself, that fucked up. Like, she was bumping into walls. She was fucked up. And I still don't know what to believe about that story. But I did hear that someone sent in a letter to the police, like a confession, not a confession like admitting to doing it, but admitting to like what they know happened that night. Yeah, they were saying that
I mean, there was like video footage of her saying stuff in the background, correct? Like,
yeah.
people were,
Listen, when I say I used to play that shit over and over, like, hold on, listen to this. Did you hear that? Like,
yeah, she
I was
wasn't gonna say please.
Yeah. So, and then apparently some of the people that were there didn't like her brother, some gang shit. You know how Chicago is, bitch. Like, that shit is sad.
No,
like,
you
really,
yeah, I
you
mean,
gotta watch who you're with.
like you said, girl code. I don't, and I mean, I know there was a lot of dudes there too, which a lot of times, people act stupid when the opposite sex gets around. They don't know how to act. They're thirsty. They're focused on that. Like, no, if your friends is not being responsible, they're intoxicated. Bottom line, your friends should not be alone.
Yeah.
You go with them. And I mean, and that brings me to putting a man before your friendship. Like, how do you feel about that?
That is one of my biggest pet peeves. I recently got into an argument with one of my friends, and I know for a fact that if she is arguing with her man, she will let him talk. She will hear what he has to say, and sometimes he doesn't necessarily deserve it, right? But she'll like let him do that. But when I tried to express myself, she was cutting me off and yelling at the top of her lungs, and so it got a little ugly. We reconciled, we talked about it, but it did get a little ugly, and I'm just like, I said that to her. I was like, this is fucked up, because if I was your man, you would literally listen to me, and we would get through this in a way more productive way. But because I'm your friend, you think you can talk to me like this? You got me fucked up. I do not play about bitches who you'll put a man first and you'll allow a man to do this, this, and that, but I can't do this, this, and that, which is better than what your man did, and you forgive me or you talk to me. Like, hell no, I'm not with that shit.
Well, I mean, like, first of all, you have boundaries with every relationship that you're in. However, I'm pretty sure a lot more disrespect goes on in a relationship versus a friendship. And like we talked about earlier, friends should be able to argue and have disagreements without it being so fucking personal.
Yeah.
People get so personal and so hurt, and like, relax. We're grown. We have different beliefs. You'll sit there and you'll get into a political debate with family and in a group of people, and then get heated and then be fine. But if you and your friend disagree about an event that happened, or like something that's going on,
you can fall out about it for months. Yeah, it's stupid as fuck.
That's a big ass bitch. Like,
yeah, I treat my friendships like I would treat a man that I love. I treat my platonic friendships very romantically, in a sense, without the full romance. Like, I love you, and I'm gonna send you a long meaningful text occasionally to let you know that I love you, and I'm gonna let you know I appreciate you, and I'm gonna let you know you look beautiful and you're strong, and like, I'm gonna say these things, these words of encouragement and all that to my friends the same way I would my man. So like, when I don't get that reciprocated, I take it extremely fucking personal. Like,
no, I mean, you're really good at that. You're really good at showing love to your friends and appreciating them. And I mean, we touched on this the other day when I was going through something and you had things to do, and you were like, you need to call me, so I can make sure you're okay.
I'm like, hurry up before I get to where I'm going. I need to know if things are good. Like, damn, you kept like 5 minutes. I'm like, no, bitch, it's been 30 now. Like, something's gotta go. Yeah.
No, you're really good with that. That's one thing I give you. Like I said, like, for me, it's very hard to to not be a loner.
Yeah.
So it's hard because I don't trust a lot of people and I don't open up to a lot of people. So I am very picky with the friends that I do have, and I try my best. You know, for people like you, my best isn't enough. I be trying, bitch.
I never
The
said
texting
your
I
best
gotta work
wasn't enough. I
on.
said you need to do a little better.
Better, yes. The texting I gotta work on, okay? If you want to see us take a shot, you gotta drop black hearts, by the way.
Yeah, drop black hearts. So Money Mason said this is referring to the Kenneka Jenkins. That story is wild. Reason you gotta push a friend, get them mad to make sure they love you for real. A real friend ain't gonna let nobody walk around that twisted. And that's true, but I mean,
if a friend purposely pushed me around, to piss me off, I'd be like, "You're toxic.
Toxic.
I'm not. You're crazy. Like we're not fucking dealing with this right now, okay?"
And then Ashley Marie asked about if the story ever got like covered or anything. No, they did deem it that she walked into the freezer drunk and locked herself in there. That is not what happened. I saw them carry her body out of the freezer, but we'll talk about that another day.
That's scary. Like, regardless, you shouldn't have been alone.
And that's all there is to it. Even if she did walk into that freezer, she didn't. But even if she did, she should not have been by herself to do that.
Yeah. So speaking of that, you know, we're telling everybody, don't leave your friends alone. Keep your friends safe. So do you think like being like, you know, you have an irresponsible friend, a responsible friend, or overprotective, do you think that that gets annoying sometimes?
So from experience, I don't think that I'm the irresponsible friend. I don't think that I'm irresponsible. I think that I'm just the more turned one out of the two of us, and you are the more do I want to call it cautious? I guess cautious one out of us. If I'm having a good time, I don't want the party to end. But you're like, no, we're not going there. We just partied here, and that's not happening because they want to fuck you. That's where your mind is at, right? And I'm like, they can't fuck me, so I don't give a fuck, you know. Like one thing I don't do is I don't get like blackout drunk in front of strangers or in front of people. I just get drunk enough to have a good time. So, does it get annoying? No, it honestly with you, it makes me feel safe. It's like I always tell my partner, like whoever I'm with, both of the relationships you watched me through, China's there, so it'll be fine, you know? And that's because
like, it's okay, all right, go outside, be outside.
It's like, I know that you're going to have my back, right? But have there been moments where I'm like, bitch, chill the fuck out? For sure. You know? I wouldn't call it annoying, though. I wouldn't do
Damn, I was asking for, like, perspective, and you gave, like, okay, hold on. I'm irresponsible.
Sorry, this is what we do.
Huh?
I said, this is what we do, bitch.
Like for me, I mean, if I'm out with somebody and they acting crazy, it doesn't get annoying unless it's like you're trying to be fucking, like what you're saying is making sense, and it's like 5 a.m. and they're like, but I want to do this, and you're just like, no, because no, it's time to go home, and like they're just not getting that, you know, like it's time to go. It'd be like, oh fuck, like okay, like what am I supposed to do? Fucking throw you over my shoulder, like but no, I mean I love it. I think it's a balance. Like for me and you, it's a balance. Like if I'm out with somebody I don't know and they're irresponsible and being messy, like if you're messy, I don't like, you know, we touch on birds of a feather don't flock together. Yes, but at the same time, I don't want to be outside with somebody who's being messy
on the most.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
It all depends how you carry yourself with that statement. You know what I'm saying? Because like you don't want to be seen as this person because you're with them. But I let people.
What you do when I'm not around, and your personality does not define who I am.
Who I am.
However, if, you know, we're going to the club together and you're making out with everybody, I'm not going out with you again.
Yeah.
Because like, I'm not going to be sitting in the corner watching you.
Well, I'm different. If you go into the club and you're making out with everybody, fine, bitch. I'm not in the club making out with everybody.
No
one can say, oh,
why am I alone?
Me alone? That's a problem. But like, if we're with a group and the one friend is like being a hoe in the club, kissing everybody, bitch, do your fucking thing. That has nothing to do with me. No one can say, oh, I saw Brosia in the club kissing everybody. No, you saw the girl Brosia was with. You saw Brosia's friend. Fine. Yeah, she was. That's her. She's living her life, bitch.
But do you feel responsible for that friend?
I I feel responsible, but I don't feel responsible to tell her like, hey, you need to stop kissing all these people.
But
That's
do
what
you
she
feel
wants
like you
to
gotta
do.
watch to make sure she don't go home with somebody? Like, that's a mood
Absolutely.
killer.
Absolutely.
That's a
But
mood killer. Like, if
not
you're
for
doing
me.
that every time we go out, like, it's one night you trying to get some, okay, whatever, you going through it, you want to get a little something, okay.
So
But if I'm going out with you
basically,
all the
and
time,
you're just trying to fucking kiss and fuck somebody every time, like,
everybody else, I don't want to go out with you. Let's go to brunch together as girls. But if every time we go out, you're trying to get some dick and you leave me by myself,
if
or
you
like we're
leave
not.
me by myself, it's a problem. If we're in a group and you want to do your thing in the club, sure.
It's
Am I gonna
different.
let you leave with a stranger? Fuck no. Like, hell no. Like, and
But
you
you
can fight
turn
me
your
about
back
it.
and they're in the like.
Okay,
No.
that's a different kind of bitch though.
It's
That's
a lot
like
of work.
that's like a weak, weird bitch. Like, what are you doing? Where if I'm
Yeah.
turning around, you're
Trying
fucking
to
gone,
sneak
leaving
out.
the club. Now we aren't going out no more together. That's a whole different story. But
It's too
like
much
I said,
work.
if my friend is
I got
a
kids.
hoe,
I don't
I'm
need
gonna let
another.
her exactly. If my friend is a hoe, I'm gonna let her be a hoe, and that's still gonna be my friend. Like, that's who she is. I never would drop somebody. I've had plenty of hoe friends, and I'm not the hoe. I'm actually the friend sitting on the couch texting while she's in the room getting fucked. Like,
Yeah.
I've been that friend, you know, and I'm okay with that because people could say, oh yeah, keep doing this. Like, she was doing that in the room, and Broja was sitting on the couch texting.
That's me. Like, that's always been me. Like, through high school, it was like, damn, I gotta come be like the wingman. Like, I gotta guard shit. Like, whatever. But I'm with it. But it's just like, don't make it. I don't like. I've never been comfortable being around women who are if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, it's like if we go out all the time and you're not hanging out with me, I don't want to go out with you anymore.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't experienced that lately. I experienced that a lot in high school.
Yeah.
Like high school.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
When bitches were like dick crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But like I said, I've never been too wild. I've always liked to party, and I'm like I've had to be dragged out the club because like the club is closing, but they're playing my song, so I'm gonna keep dancing. You know,
Yeah.
like, it's time to fucking go, but I'm not ready to go. But I've never been like, oh, I'm getting blackout drunk, and these people could probably take advantage of me right now that I don't fuck with. You know, like,
if you get too drunk, you're gonna cry.
I'm gonna cry for sure. But
you're
I'm also
crying
gonna want to hang out.
And China's taking you the fuck home. That's it.
Like,
you're not worried about nobody. You're crying and we're going
cried
home.
in the club before, guys. Like, and my friends all pulled me outside, and they were like, "What's going on?" And I'm just like, fucking crying. Sorry.
I've seen you cry about some crazy shit, and I'm just like,
yeah.
Why are we crying about this, Broja? And you're just like, I just care so much. But I'd rather that, like, cry. Don't act violent or like stupid. Or
yeah, I'm a very loving, sensitive drunk. I'm either gonna cry about my passion for people and loving somebody or something, or I'm going to be laughing all fucking night and just funny and friendly. Like, that's the type of drunk I am. But people do get violently drunk, and that's fucking crazy.
I had my share of,
but not since you've been on tequila, sis.
No, it's the brown for me. It's the Hennessy. No, but definitely. I will say, like, and then you know what? It's not that I go looking for it. I swear it finds me. Like, we've never gone out and I've, like, had people, like, I've approached people with it. It's just, like, people try us and I just don't.
And sometimes, for the record, everyone, they don't try us.
They try us a little bit and I just be burned.
Be like a little bit that we could walk away from, and China's just like, no. Like, I remember one time we went out and some guy was buying me drinks the whole time, but he tried to get at me, but I put up my hand and I'm like, I'm married, and he's like, oh, it's okay, I just want to buy you drinks. So he bought his drinks. We're leaving, and I think he like still tried to approach us on some regular talking shit, and China was like, didn't she fucking tell you she was married? And then next thing you know, she's arguing with the nigga, and we're like about to
get kicked out of the Hard Rock.
I think we did get kicked out. Yeah. There's been some times, but it'd be a little.
I mean,
it'd be a little bit of trying. She's easily triggered on Hennessy, like easily triggered. Don't fuck with her.
Yeah. Not on the brown, not on the brown. The white makes me happy, okay?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I haven't been like that for a while, but.
Yeah, it's surprising too because you were always drinking Hennessy at one point.
I was. But Hennessy Rose does not come from.
I know.
Yeah,
Tell them where it came from if you must.
My dog.
Yeah.
My first
R.I.P. Hennessy. Yeah.
But she was named Hennessy because I drink a lot of Hennessy. So.
Exactly. All right. Ashley Marie said, have y'all ever had a friend that is always in and out of your life, meaning you're invested, help this person many ways, but you do absolutely nothing, and she constantly blocks and unblocks you? And when it's beneficial, comes around like nothing happened. So I've had one friend like that growing up, but not anymore because, like I said, you have to learn where to place people. And then this time when she did come back into my life, I placed her accordingly. So now I'm not that escape for her anymore. So it doesn't happen as an adult, but as a teenager, for sure. Have you? You're like, yeah, all right.
No, I was trying to like read what you were saying, and then like I remember like half of what you read, and then I'm just like, make sure you bring up something after this because went out the window.
Mm-hmm. I believe that's a fucking foe secretly obsessed or envies you. I could second that. We have 5 minutes left. You want to take a shot before we go and then come back on, or you want to take a shot when we get back on?
We did have some black cards and we didn't get around to it.
Okay.
I love you though.
I love you too.
So let's take a shot to real friendship.
Let's take a shot to real friendship and China being accountable. Let's go. Cheers. So yeah, what Ashley was saying about, a friend coming and going. Let's talk about friend fallout. Like the real fallout.
Like a breakup?
Yeah, friend breakup. There you go. Yeah.
I've been hurt by friend breakups.
Yeah.
They don't feel as deep as like, breaking up with somebody you're like in love with, you know what I mean, like a partner, but it is significant, like, it is a significant pain that goes with it, or, you feel like there's something missing.
Yes.
Like when we stopped being friends for a while, like, it always felt like you were still like just like
arm reach away.
Yeah, like it wasn't comfortable. Like it always felt like we were meant, like, we were supposed to be friends.
I was angry at you for a long time, especially the last one that we went through where we spent fucking 2 whole years not talking to each other. I was angry. I was like, I'm having a baby. I'm with this new man. I am getting married, and she's missing all this, and she just won't hit me up, and I'm not being the bigger person. So I held a lot of anger.
But I hit you up.
You did. Did you?
It sucked under the circumstances. But I hit you up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I remember. Because I was wondering, like, a couple days ago, I was like, how did me and her even start talking from there? But, okay, I do remember now. But,
yeah.
I think that, so it's not like a significant other, because that for me comes with, and I wouldn't know these days, but, like, back in the day, it came with, like, a lot of, like, can't eat, can't sleep, crying all the time. But
it's significant.
But that's a significant other, like boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever. But with friends, it was like anger, constant negativity weighing on me.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? It was like I'm constantly thinking about it and feeling it, and it's pissing me off. Like, but that was just another way of me expressing the sadness. I've expressed my sadness as anger growing up. I was never like, oh, I'm gonna cry over this bitch, it's just like, fuck her, I can't believe she did this, and it hurt me in my heart, but I portrayed it and projected it as an angry thing.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, I've never like boo cried or like not eaten, but it's like definitely like you feel like you're missing something, especially if this person is somebody you talk to every day, or that is there for special events and things like that. Like friend breakups are hard. If they're genuinely your friend, it's definitely hard. And that's why I take, like, if we can say friend breakup, there should be arguments that you can come back from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
I mean, like, there should be discussions that can be
every little thing
had.
doesn't mean we're not friends no more. Even if I'm saying something you don't like to hear, you don't want to hear it, bitch. Take it. If you don't want to accept it, if that's not how you feel, fine, say that, and then we'll move the fuck past it. But you allowed me to speak. If you know, but you know something about space, let's fucking talk about that. I feel like space, it depends. It's so, like, circumstantial, like you like to say. It can be a bad thing for me. Space gives me more time to dwell and be upset with a person. Like, if I'm arguing with my significant other and he thinks he's gonna walk the fuck away from me when I'm not in the mood, and then come back an hour later and everything's supposed to be okay, you got another thing coming, baby. I'm more fucking mad.
No,
friend, we argued yesterday and now you don't want to talk to me for a week, and now you want to come back like, hey, let's get together. Bitch, just so you know, I got another grudge from the argument because you gave me
but
too
see,
much
for
fucking
me,
space.
like, space is healthy. I mean, because I've learned that, like, when I'm angry, or like there's an unhealthy argument or discussion, or like if I feel a way, I need to be able to have time to process it and be alone, because I am I'm very much an introvert. I'm a loner. So I need time to think. Like, if I'm continuing to have this person around when I'm trying to process feelings, or I'm overstimulated, or things like that, it's I may react in a way that's not healthy. So for me, space, I'm big on give me my space, because I don't want to create an argument. I mean, that's something that I've learned, because I used to always want to talk about things like in that very moment, and I've learned that I don't react the way I would.
Well, see, I'm different. I think that I have, and I haven't as a teenager, so, but as an adult, as a woman, I know when to, like, okay, it's time to have a conversation. Let's tone it down. We don't need space, because, like Blueprint Harris said in his comments, space leaves your thoughts to wander. It isn't a good space to be in. And then he said, don't leave our space when we're mad. So we need to talk about this right now. We need to get through it. And if you still need space afterwards, fine. But we got to both say our piece, and we both agreed together, space, fine. But, like, if I'm upset and you think that giving me fucking space is gonna make me feel better later, or because you took space and now you feel better, I'm supposed to.
Well, I'm not saying not talk about it. I'm not saying not talk about it in the moment. I'm saying that if you have a disagreement, or if things are you know, if things are, like, sensitive, fragile, if things are just, like, if one person is feeling extra sensitive in that time and they just need a moment, I'm completely okay with giving somebody space. And that's,
no,
like,
you are, and
I'll never respect space because I require space.
I was just about to say, I'll never forget the time you were like, I don't remember what the fuck we were talking about, but you were like, you said, what the fuck did you say? You were like, oh, I just need time or something. And I was like, oh, bitch, well, you're not getting time. I was so mad. I'm like, is this bitch, like, partially breaking up with me right now? She got me fucked up. No, we're not doing that.
Speaking of breaking up, okay, friendship breakups. Do you remember when we were in Colorado and I walked up to you and I was like, Asia, it's really over. We're done
what
after
did you
this.
say though? Yeah, you were like, we're done. And I'm just like, this bitch, dog. And I was like, you know what? I was like, yeah, I was going to say the same thing. We are done.
Yeah.
Mind you guys, we're all the way in Colorado. It's my birthday trip, and we got into it over a fucking game.
A game.
A fucking
game.
Talk about competing.
A bunch of sore losers.
Like, you were the sore loser.
But I'm saying, no, both of us were like, you know what I mean? Like, no, you lost. No, you lost. Like, you know what I mean?
Like, winning, like, you were just like, fuck you, bitch, you cheated. That's what you kept saying. You kept telling me I cheated. I was like, I don't like cheating, so I didn't cheat. Fuck you. Listen, that was so intense. And she came up to me so calm. We had just yelled and cussed. And she came up to me so calm. She's like, just so you know, it's over. Like, I can't do this anymore. I was like, get the fuck out of here, bro. But
it was over for us.
It was over. And then, like, did we talk about it that night or the next day?
We talked about it a little bit that night, and I think the next day.
Yeah.
But like I said, things were like, you know, uneasy for a little while after that, and then we
They
really
were.
got discussed it. Which that's why like space for me is required, because it's like,
No, but you know something, sis? Like, since we're talking about it, that space was making me fall back in a way that I didn't want to, you know? So, no, we didn't. Space is not good for me. I get that it's good for you, but there has to be a middle ground where we're like, which we figured it out for us, but I'm saying for people, period. Like, if space works for one of and not the other, you need to find something in the middle where it's like, okay, we can have space, but first let's get through this part of things, and then we'll take some space, and then we'll come back like nothing ever happened, you know? Like, but you do need to communicate and talk about it thoroughly before taking space. For me, that's the person I am, and
that's
I know
for
there's
bro.
other people that are like that.
Yeah.
But there's other people like that. We even had a comment that was like, oh my God, I'm the same way. Marcelli, she said, oh my God, I'm the same way. Speaking of Marcelli, she said, oh my God, bros, you remember the camping trip with our homegirl? Y'all had a little bump too, but we all good. Ha ha ha. Yeah, and that's because I speak how I feel. If I feel the way, I'll say it. Ours was a little less of a bump though, because she understood where I was coming from and she immediately apologized, and you know, that was that. But I definitely do express myself to my friends as we go. Can I get some podcasts that can I was about to read his name again. Can I get some podcasts that you have a mutual understanding of what space means? That word can be dangerous if left to your own imagination. Exactly. You see, China, so trying to give me space, you might fuck around and break up with me, and then it could just be done.
I might lose you.
Exactly. You don't want to lose me.
Well, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'll give you healthy
love.
space. We'll discuss it, and then like, you know,
I need.
But even then, if I even told you I need space, you're gonna be like, our friendship's gonna change if you give me space.
Yeah, but if you talk to me about it first and be like, but can I just get a couple days to just like breathe and get over this because it's intense for me? You know me, bitch. I'm understanding. But if we talk
so I
about
just
it
can't
first,
use the word space.
yeah, you can't, and you can't say it before we have a conversation.
Just don't use the word space. Just,
yep.
I need a couple days to process it.
But you gotta talk to me first. If you think you're gonna process it before a conversation, you got another thing coming. I'll text you every day talking shit, just so you know.
Oh, dumbass.
So this is what. So this is what you're doing right now. Bet. So this is how you value our friendship. I'll go off. You know.
Yeah, but I'd be asking you for space, and the next day it'd be.
Hey, girl. Yeah. Yeah.
Be like, so
love.
I left my sock at your house, bitch. I need you to send it to me.
Like 8 months ago, I left it there.
Yeah.
Lay Love said China, remember she hated us. Do you remember those days? I did not want anybody to hang out with my sister because she was my friend and my friends were my friends. So if my sister and my friends hung out, especially when I'm in an argument with my friends, it's a motherfucking problem.
But that's not what that was, though.
Yes, it was. Me and you were not talking, and you and her became close. Doesn't matter if it was your intention to do that. It happened while we weren't talking. So
Hendog305 said y'all would lose y'all husbands before y'all lost each other.
That's a fact. Let's talk about it. Fuck that.
15 years for like, it's not for nothing.
Exactly. But let's talk about betrayal. Let's talk about feeling betrayed.
I felt betrayed.
Me too, so much. Let's talk about. You want to take a shot?
Yeah, we want to take a shot for this one.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about a recent betrayal.
Oh, you feel it? Oh, no, and you know what? We have, you know what? There might be too many viewers right now to be talking about this one, girl.
No, let's talk about a recent betrayal. We don't have to name drop or anything, but let's talk about friends who you love and you would do anything for.
This goes with being brutally honest as well. The brutally honest friends. You're so honest with a friend that they betray you, or
because they don't want to hear it. What? Bitch, we're trying to help you. Let's talk about it. You know, like that type of betrayal for me, like we were cut off with no what's it called? No warning. You know, there was nothing to be talked about, nothing. It was just, Where the fuck did you go? We're worried. Oh, we don't know if you died, went to jail, bitch.
We wanted the best for you.
That type of betrayal hurts because, bitch, I loved you. I looked out for you. I was there for you.
And it was all love.
It was all love. And that type of betrayal, like, it's one thing for a friend to go and like tell your business. It's like, okay, expected, right? It's another thing for you to genuinely be so involved with somebody and they cut you off and you know, out of wanting the best for them. Bitch, fuck you, ho, fake ass, weak ass, weird ass bitch.
I mean, I didn't do a damn thing.
Yeah,
like,
that's
one thing
why
you'll learn about me being my friend is I'm very like
mutual.
I'm a very mutual friend.
Whenever,
yeah, like I'm very just, oh, this is what's going on. All right, like I'll give my advice, this and that. Like I'm very mutual. I'm very like, you know, just there. I think I'm a low maintenance friend in some
Listen,
aspects.
I think things were definitely weird, right, between the two of us. But the fact that it happened to you and I, and not just me, was every reason for me to be like, oh no, like that was weird. That was like uncalled for. And
so okay, so you know, you're in a group of friends and this person is feeling disconnected and doesn't want to talk to one person, so they just completely stop talking to everybody.
The whole group.
Well, that's not okay.
It's not okay.
And
it's not even okay to feel disconnected from somebody and just like cut the string. We weren't there. So what happened? And let's talk about it. There was some sort of disconnect. That's a given. But why didn't we talk about it?
Why I mean, you gotta have. I mean, at the end of the day, you gotta have some balls and be able to talk to people about things that are uncomfortable.
Yeah, and she was a fake ass, weird ass, weak ass bitch.
Exactly. Like, don't be no stupid ass, weird ass, weak ass bitch. Like, talk about it, okay?
Exactly.
Like, I mean, that's how I feel though. It's weird.
100%.
You know, like that being cut off by somebody and not doing anything to be cut off.
Nothing happened.
It comes with being fake to me. Like, it comes with not being a genuine person.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like, you know, at some point an explanation is needed if a person doesn't do anything, or in general, if we just cut somebody off and in general and it's not like something that's obvious, why not just say how you're feeling?
And then still, if you want to cut me off after explaining it, fine, but you owe that to me after what, 12 years of friendship? Like,
yeah. Marcelli said communication is key in any relationship, and that's true. Like, you have to be able to communicate with your friends. Like, if something is uncomfortable, if something is bothering you, if your friend is doing something that you don't agree with, you don't like, something that's just not something that you want in a friendship with them, fucking talk. Communication. Where we gotta do like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Communication. Yeah, but she said in what circumstance, because sometimes you got to let people learn on their own once you've been telling them shit for a while already. And like, well, yes, I'm the type of friend that cannot sit and watch you self-destruct. I cannot. Even if it's you learning on your own, I cannot sit and watch you fuck you or your children or your, like, just anybody in your life. I cannot sit and watch you self-destruct the things around you. I cannot.
Yeah.
Like, no matter how
many
times I told you, I'll sound like a broken record before I let you fuck up. Like,
for sure. Like, for me, I'll mention things a few times, and you know, I like, if the discussion comes up, I will very much say how I feel, and I'll be honest with you. I'm not gonna hold back.
Mm-hmm.
I will tell you exactly how I feel, but I also won't hang around or surround myself with people who aren't responsible in the sense of, like you mentioned, taking care of your kids. I cannot, man or woman, if you don't take care of your kids and you don't take care of your fucking kids, I'm not fucking with you. Because if you could do that to your kids, what would you do to me?
Mm-hmm. And I learned that the hard way with a friend. It's like, you're not there for your children, but you're here and you're telling me you got my back, ride or die, blah blah blah. How do I really trust and believe that if I'm watching you not put your kids first? You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, you gotta be.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't put your kids first, if you can't put your family and, you know, like, your close friends first over things that, you know, not even like, it's weird. It's funny. Like, you're moving funny. You're moving weird. Those are red flags.
Mm-hmm.
Those are definitely red flags. Another red flag for me in a friendship is somebody talking or telling their other friends' business. Like, if you're talking to me about your friends,
What are you saying about me?
what are you saying about me?
Yeah, I've had
You
that.
tell
I've
me
had
your
that so
friends'
much.
secrets. What secrets of mine are you telling? You get me?
I've
No.
had a friend admit to me, but I asked. It wasn't like, oh, hey, just so you know, I asked, hey, did you tell this friend this? And they're like, yeah, I did. And I'm just like, like, what?
Like,
Like, when did I give you that permission? Oh,
yeah.
it's okay. She'll never tell nobody.
But I
She's
didn't
been
tell her.
through
I
enough
told you.
too. And that's not my friend. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't give a fuck if like I said, I hung out with her. I've had drinks with her. I've laughed with her. That's not my friend. And I didn't share with her. So where did you get off
What
sharing my
context
shit
was
with
this
your
even
friend?
shared in?
Thank you. Because how did you present this to her? This is some tea. How did you say this? Or,
Yep.
like, yeah, I can't. And I refrain from telling my friends what my other friend told me.
So,
Like,
I hope so, bitch, because
don't worry, your secrets are safe with me, baby.
your secrets are safe with me too.
Good. I know that. That's one thing I could be confident about here. Accountability, not so much. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm working on it, okay?
I know you are.
I'm sorry. Step one, I'm sorry.
There you go.
Okay.
Even you saying you're working on it is big. Love it.
Thank you. So, speaking of that, what, secrets, what about friends with extra baggage? Like, they're always coming to you with drama or problems. They can also be very like, oh, like, guess what's happening today? I can't do this. I can't do that. Like, I'm so sad, and this person's doing this, and I'm like, this is going on, so I can't hang out. And it's like always something, and it's almost draining.
Yeah.
So
I've had that. But I like to consider myself as like the therapist friend. So even people who aren't my friends, they reach out to me. Maybe because I'm so transparent, and I've always been since forever. Like, I've always put my shit out there. Like, this is what's happening in my life. So I'm okay with you giving me your shit, right? But when I'm giving you solutions and you're making excuses to the solutions in which I know can work for you, then it's like, all right, bitch. No.
Yeah. What are you telling me for?
Why are you telling me if you don't want a solution to your problem? If you don't want me to help you fix it, what are you telling me for? Are you just trying to lay this on me?
Yeah, like don't get me wrong. Like, I get the venting. I get the venting. But if you're gonna continue to complain about the same thing to me over and over again, it's like, okay, like, you're going through that. I get that. However, like, you're not going to take my advice. Now it's starting to become a burden for me. No, like, if anything, let this friendship take your mind off of that. Like,
yes,
you know what I mean? Like, let's go out and do lunch and go to the beach and go out and do these things to help, change the topic of discussion, because it's like, I'm not going to sit here and listen to the same problem over and over again. And then, like you said, when I give a solution,
I've had a friendship like that, and it's like, girl, I've literally walked you through how to fix this problem. What are we gonna do different now?
Yep.
Like, so yeah, no, that is like when, okay, because I've seen people in the comments like, oh, you cut them off, you get rid of them. I'm not going to necessarily get rid of my friend immediately because they have issues, because they have continuous issues that keep happening. It's one thing if life is falling down on you over and over and you're leaning on me to vent, for help, whatever, advice. But it's another thing when, like I said, I'm giving you advice and you're making excuses. Then this one is like, okay, don't come to me with your shit no more, bitch.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, sorry. But yeah, like, I tried to help you. I can no longer handle this. It's like, now it's exhausting, now it's draining for me, and that's when it becomes that. But overall, I can deal with my friends pouring on me. Like, I had one friend have the nerve to tell me, because like I said, I'm very open, so I call my friends when I'm going through shit. I've had one person like, oh, I know you're an empath, so I don't want to tell you my stuff. And it like,
was it me?
No, it wasn't you. I would tell you right now if it was you. It was not you. I'm pretty sure you do know who it was because it was recent, but whatever. She said that to me, and it was her excuse for not, communicating with me the way that I do with her. But I had to remind her, like, yes, I am an empath, but I don't mind, like
Yeah.
I don't mind my friends giving to me what they're going through, because I expect to be able to do that on the other hand. What is the point of having friends if you cannot tell them your secrets, if you cannot tell them the things you're bottling up? Why is that your friend? So that's what I don't be understanding when people are like, yeah, I just don't talk about my stuff. It's like, no, bitch, well, over here you better.
We better, yeah, we talk.
Because we're gonna talk about it, and I'm gonna help you through it, and I'm gonna give you my best advice. And if you don't want my advice, I'm gonna listen, and I expect the same from you. So I don't mind my friends pouring on me. Like, I've never been the person that's like, oh, this is too much, even if it's like over and over. As long as you're not turning down my solution, like it has happened to me, then I'm okay. Like,
Yeah.
that didn't work and it's still happening. Okay, fine, let's talk about it, But if you're like, yeah, but I can't do that because
A negative
Nancy,
like there's always like
right,
a rebuttal,
bitch,
like something. Yeah.
you don't want to succeed, clearly. Like,
You want
don't
to
want
dwell,
get
you
through
want to
this.
be unhappy, like
Mm-hmm.
it's like, and don't get like, it might sound like being a bitch, but at the end of the day, it's like, I can help you, or I could be here for you, but like, let's keep it moving. We're getting older.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
let's find a
Exactly.
solution or find a
And
way
push
to,
through.
push through it, because I'm not with it.
No, I agree.
Are we reading?
No, I didn't know if you could hear my background or not. What about trusting your friends around your partner, your man, and your girlfriend?
Like how you put girlfriend.
Just in case you want to be gay. Gay for the day.
I mean, we've talked about people being opportunists. I mean, don't allow, don't create a situation where there's an opportunity for things to happen. However, I have very much had a best friend around my partner when I'm not home, or, like I'm at work and babysitting is being exchanged, like you have the kids, or you know what I mean, or like somebody slept over my house, I had to go to work, and like there's things that's gone on where I can't say that I like, oh, absolutely do not, because at the end of the day, like, if that line is crossed and things happen, you shouldn't be with that person anyways, or you shouldn't be friends with that person anyways.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say like to trust everybody around your partner, or your partner around all your friends in general. Just like, there has to be boundaries set. Like, for instance, like my best friends, like my best friends, people I've known for years, it's gonna happen. There's gonna be some sort of time where there's probably going to be like, oh, go grab this, go do this, and there's somebody, like, you guys are alone. And for me, it's like, I don't know, like, if something happens, fuck y'all. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna send this bitch I met 2 months ago, 3 months ago, a year ago.
Well, so it's like, okay, right. You just don't know people these days, right? So you could have a friend. There's stories of people who've been friends for 10 years and then they find their significant other sleeping with them, or they break up and then the friend ends up marrying the significant other. Like, that happens.
How unhealthy do you think it is to just like have to worry about that constantly?
It's super unhealthy.
Yeah.
But
so it's like, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen.
And then fuck you both. Okay, so I feel that when you say that, but there's a friend that I know has betrayed her other friends, and with their significant others, their men.
You're not gonna trust her around your man.
And this person is not my friend anymore, right? But at the time, I'm like, oh, bitch, you think I'll leave you in a room alone with my man?
Yeah, but
like,
see, friends like that you're not going to, because they have a history. But I have friends. I've had friends that I've left around my man, and like I said, it's not like, oh, hey, you guys hang out, I'll be back in hours. It'll literally be like something you can't help. Like, I gotta just
do this real quick.
Yeah,
and that's what's happening.
I'm not gonna over stress myself about, oh, I have to make sure they're not alone.
And I'm something. I think that I deal with a lot of, like, not a lot of, but I think that my first boyfriend would have taken the opportunity, and you know, the relationship I'm in now, I think would purposely remove himself from the premises. Like, I'm just gonna go back here. So it all depends on your partner too. It's not even just about friends, you know, like
It's both of them. It's both of them.
yeah.
I mean, you shouldn't live a life where you're trying to absolutely avoid your best friends being like, and that's what I'm saying. Your best friends being around alone. Like I said, I've had my best friends to babysit, and maybe my partner comes home first, and there's an exchange of kids.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be like, oh, well, I can't have her babysit because God forbid they're alone for 10 minutes.
Exactly. Like then is that even really your friend if you're thinking like that? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So,
but there's been a time where like I've been drinking and hanging outside, and somebody I know who is very promiscuous and has a history of hooking up with people.
Betraying people.
Let me run inside and give your man this.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave it on the porch.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You know what I mean? People are opportunists, and you don't want to create a problem if you don't, you know what I mean?
For sure.
However, don't stress yourself about it. Like, don't, you know, oh
my thing is, I always get uncomfortable if my partner and my friends are not in a way connected, and not like, oh, hey, we're texting, but like if I'm around my friends and my man is with us, I want him to make my friends feel super comfortable. Like, you know what I'm saying? So he's like, yeah, bitch, like, you know, like he's with the gang, like, you know.
Yeah.
So I like that vibe better. But if I have a friend where I can't trust you around my man, then, you know,
you're not a friend.
I'm not. Yeah, you're not a friend, and I'm not going to leave you two alone together, even if you are like an associate. That I just know how you get down. You've never done nothing wrong to me, but I know how you get down. So no, you know, I'm not leaving you guys.
Bro, at the end of the day, it's boundaries. Like, you gotta have boundaries for every person, every situation in your life. It doesn't matter who it is. Boundaries are healthy, and it's okay to have them. But like I said, just don't, like, if you find yourself having to like stress about it, like if you're afraid of your friend and your partner being alone for 5 minutes, there's an issue either in the relationship.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, in your relationship with one of them.
Yeah. So this whole little conversation here takes me to, we had one of our viewers DM us and give us kind of a little insight on her story and something that she went through with someone that she considered a really close friend and her man. So I'm just gonna skim through this and give you guys like the scoop of what happened to her, and we'll talk about it. So she was with her man for 5 years. They went through like a lot together, from financial triumphs to, you know, whatever, and then they built a life together, got a place. She became friends with these two girls that were sisters, and they were best friends together all the time, talked about everything. She would run to them and cry about the things that she went through with her man. And they would tell her that he's a horrible person and she needs to leave him and she deserves better. And he would put his hands on her and just do really foul shit. And she left, and the first place that she went to when she left was their house. And a couple days passed after. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, sorry. A couple days passed after she went to their house and they were acting funny. So she decided to leave, and then time went by and she hit them up and she's like, hey, I'm sorry for the way I acted. This is how I felt. And they were like, no, you are just a shitty person and we don't believe you, whatever. So then the two girls that she was best friends with, their uncle reached out to the person and they were like, oh, so this is why the friendship ended, because she was messing with your man the whole time, the same man that she was going to them and venting to. And the girl ended up moving into her house. They got rid of her dog, and she had just suffered a miscarriage, and like before they broke up. And then the friend ended up pregnant 2.5 months after she broke up with him. The friend never approached her and apologized or talked about it or anything. The guy one time was like, do you think this is what I fucking wanted? And I'm sure it's not, buddy, but you just settled, right? And yeah, she said that it taught her to forgive people. It taught her that you don't know who you're dealing with. And I second that. Like, you just never know someone's intention. You never know what someone's capable of. But yeah, bitch, like,
I
that's
mean,
the
at the
thing.
end of the day, I don't think there's anything she could have done to prevent that from happening.
Yeah, no, for
You know
sure.
what I mean?
Mhm.
If people are gonna do things like that, they're gonna do them. And you know what? As far as what we've been told, she made her bed and now she's laying in it. And the relationship that this woman is in is not healthy. It's not
Exactly.
great. And
She's suffering all the things that her friend went through.
yeah, it wasn't meant to be. And if your partner can do that, and your friends and people you surround yourself with can do that, it wasn't meant for you.
Yeah, you're lucky to have gotten away from people who are capable of that.
Yes. So, do you want to touch on the comments?
Yeah, which one?
From Layla, our supporter and Broja's sister.
My sister, she just told us that her water broke
While watching Creating Anarchy.
while watching Creating Anarchy. So I'm about to have another nephew. I have many nephews because I told you guys before, my dad has 24 kids, but out of my mom's kids, this is my third nephew from my sister. I'm super excited. She's naming his middle name after my husband, which is super close to us. I'm excited.
Yes, drop some black hearts.
That's crazy. Drop some black hearts for my sister, my nephew. And let's take a shot. Yeah.
It wouldn't be anarchy if we're not taking a shot for a baby on the way.
Exactly. I'll take a shot in the hospital, bitch.
Woo. This one's for you, nephew.
Oh God. Okay.
Why'd you laugh?
Because I drank the water and it got all over my face.
Oh, it did.
Okay. Yeah.
Not me using this side of the lip gloss instead of this one.
That's how you know, bitch.
All right, so what about your friends switching up? Like, we talked about friends going down the wrong, like different roads and things like that. But what about the friends who, like, comes up on some money or new friends, new situations, starts acting brand new? Like, they blow up, they come up and they leave you behind. Is that, like, what do you feel about that?
So I haven't had that happen, right? I've been friends with a person who was just regular, and then ended up getting connected to someone who isn't regular, and kind of just stepping up the ladder. And she didn't necessarily start acting brand new, so I won't say that. So I've never experienced that so much. I've seen people like just maintain their solidness and who they are. But if someone did do that to me, I'm immediately cutting them off. Like, I don't need you for clout.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not a real person and you're not genuine and you're not going to remain who you are with or without the fortune and fame, whatever, then I don't need you.
Your loss, bitch, not mine.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. Like,
100%.
your money, your success, these things, like, they don't mean anything to me. Like, of course, I want the best for you. I want you to have all the things in life that you want. I want you to be successful. However, if you're shitting on me or you're not, like, you know what I mean? Like, you aren't thinking of me just because of these opportunities that are presented to you now, we were never friends to be.
Yes, exactly.
So.
Exactly. But I did. Oh, you know what? I was gonna say I've never had a friend act brand new on me. I did, bitch, but it wasn't from fortune and fame, bitch. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. It was from fucking settlement money.
Wait.
Yeah, bitch needed me so bad. Needed a place to stay, like, whatever.
This bitch got a settlement.
Settlement.
Was it a big settlement?
No, it was like fucking, I'm not going to say the number, it's too specific, but it was very not a lot. Let's just say that.
Some settlement money.
Settlement money.
Damn, bro. Who you fucking with? Like, damn.
Listen, like I said, I was very young, and my judgment on friendships was very naive when I was younger. It was just like, oh, we have a good time. This is my bestie. You can be my daughter's godmom. Like, I was just a mess with friends back then. As a woman, I could never, but when I was younger, I definitely tolerated much more than I should have.
You did. I did not like a lot of your friends.
You didn't. You didn't. But the friends I introduced you to now, you're for the most part like, oh, I liked her. Oh, that was
Yeah.
cool. Oh, she's cool. So, my judgment has gotten a lot better. But yeah, switched up for some settlement money, bitch, and that shit went like fast.
Now you ain't got no friends because you was worried about your little settlement money, bitch.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, so what about when you introduce your friends to one of your friends and now they're friends?
So listen, hear me out. I learned from the past not to I learned from the past to set boundaries with that. Because I've been in places where my friends I can't make it to something significant, and they'll be like, oh, well, we're gonna go. And it's like, that shit makes me feel left out. And I don't like to feel left out, especially with two people that I introduced to each other. So, call it childish, immature, whatever. That's how my mind and my heart works. I don't want two of my friends that I introduced to each other to be too well connected without me, because I was the mutual connection, and while I was younger, I didn't care. And I was like, whatever, do your thing. But it slapped me in the face. So that's
See,
why
for
I
me,
think as
it's
an
the other
adult.
way. Like, for me, when I was younger, I was like, oh, these bitches. And now as I'm older, I'm just like, people are going to connect the way they want. Like, obviously, like, if I'm not invited or I'm counted out, like, it's like, damn, like, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
That hurts me. Like, like, that's not right. However, like, I mean, as long as I'm, like, included, if you guys bond and you guys create a relationship, cool, good for you. But once y'all start counting me out, it's like, fuck you.
Yeah. No, for sure.
But, I'm okay with, like, people I introduce being, hitting it off and being cool. But like I said, like, once
I'm
I'm
cool
not
with
getting
them
the
being
invite.
cool. It's another thing for them to constantly hang out without me.
Well, okay, so what about this? Okay, everybody's invited. There's a thing, and you can't. You're the mutual friend, and you can't make it. Are they not supposed to hang
Guess
out?
you guys aren't going.
Somebody put fucking toxic over Bro's face, okay?
No, but like I said, I guess it's a trauma. I've been slapped in the face with that way too much. I've been the open friend. It's like, yeah, go ahead and hang out with her. I don't care. I'm glad you guys are friends because I didn't think so. Or, whatever the case is. And it slapped me in the face. It's like, okay, now y'all are closer than we were, or y'all are hanging out more than we were because I couldn't. Like, so then that's like, where do I come in the friendship,
But you
So,
said you can't hang out, so nobody can hang
yeah,
out.
but what if I can't hang out? Okay, so like let's put it like this. Say I introduced you to a friend that lived in South Florida, and that's my really good friend, and you're my best friend. And now you guys
Oh yeah, but if they're going out all the
but
time,
that's
like yeah, but
what I'm
like if,
saying. Y'all have the access to see each other, but I'm like, well, I can't make it, so like, damn, that would make any person feel the way. Their two closest friends are together all the time because they're close, but I'm far. Like, so no, I wouldn't want two of my friends to get closer than I am to either of them. I'm the mutual friend. I am your best friend and I'm your best friend, or I'm your good friend and I'm your good friend. Like, whatever the case is, I want you guys to love each other and be friends, and
just not without me.
not without me. Call it what you want. Call it what you want. But again, it's only because I've just been there so much, and it smacked me in the face, including with my sister. Like, I've brought people into my life, and they end up cool with my sister, and now I could be at work, or I could be doing this with my boyfriend, and now my two friends, or my friend and my sister, are like linking up without me, and I don't even know they were linking up until I see pictures. And it's like, that hurts, and that would hurt anybody. I think it would be like, damn, like, y'all bitches wasn't gonna tell me y'all were getting together because what, I have a boyfriend, or because what, I work tonight. Like,
Yeah.
like, so I'm traumatized by it a little, I will say that.
So speaking of traumatizing,
I don't know
something
what
that's
that
been
means.
very traumatizing for me is I have had like one of my best friends like snitch on me.
Damn,
Like tell
like snitch to the police?
not necessarily the police, but
Wait to your man.
no. Like well, okay.
Thank you,
So
Ashley. 'Cause if you know, you know. If you get it, you get it. Sorry.
so I was in high school and I used to make like these fake IDs for people to leave the campus.
Of course you did. Of course.
And my friend got caught with one and she told on me.
Oh, nah, bitch.
And I really like had to like switch up like, oh, okay. So like, you know, back then I was young as fuck. I was like, oh, this bitch is a snitch. Like,
but she was a snitch because you could have very much said like, oh, I don't know who made it. Somebody,
yeah.
bitch, somebody outside the school. Like, why'd you give
like,
my
but
name?
that's
You got
what
me
I'm
fucked
saying.
up.
Like, how do you feel about people like snitching on you, like to your parents, to your partner, to the police, to like anybody? And it's like you tell your friend something, and then they go tell somebody like, "Oh, this person."
Their friendship is deaded, right? Because I can't trust you. So
yep.
we're definitely not friends anymore. That's for sure. That's just it. We not friends. I can't trust you, bitch. You're a snake.
You
And
told
you're a
on me, bitch.
snitch to
Fuck you.
benefit
Like,
yourself. Yeah, like you are looking out for you and not me or not us, right? So
yeah.
nah, that shit is dead. It's fucking dead.
So you and your friend get caught. You snitching?
No. Fuck no, bitch. No. Like
Even if
what
you
did we
do
get?
jail time?
What did we do?
Oh,
Hold on.
wait, you paused.
What, no. What did we do? Did we go to do something and you did something dumb? Like, bitch, okay, I got kids, right? So we went to rob somebody and you was like, oh, I'm gonna get trigger happy at the end and we got the money, but I'm gonna shoot them anyway. Yeah, bitch, this stupid ass bitch shot her. We were supposed to take her money. This bitch is dumb as fuck. We were just supposed to take the money and go. And
We
she
was
shot
just
the
robbing
bitch.
them.
I
Like,
wasn't
we
trying
was
to
just
kill
gonna take the
nobody.
money.
Yeah, at that point I'm snitching, but like no, we both went to hit a lick. I got snitched on, so fuck no. I made it home. These niggas got caught. I got snitched on by a dude that I thought had my back, and they got caught. And they were like, "Oh, well, they said a girl was there," and he gave my name and address. Like I read the whole thing. He just gave the whole story with my name and address. The police showed up to my house the next day, and now I'm in trouble because you snitched on me. Like I got away. I got home and went to bed. You could have said no, wasn't no girl with us. What is you talking about? But instead, you chose to give my name. I would never do that to nobody. But
so like in my youth, it was very much like, oh no, I'm never snitching. Like fuck that, I'm never telling no. And, like as an adult, I'm not even putting myself in that situation. Like get the fuck out of here. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not because like what the fuck? Like I don't like snitches. I don't like telling on people. I don't like people telling on me. Mm-hmm. However, I'm going to avoid the situation entirely because.
But like, if you're in that situation, lie to me and say you're not gonna snitch.
If what?
If you're in the situation I just said, like y'all went to go rob a bitch and she wanted to be like, oh, I'm gonna bust this bitch at the end, and now y'all
you murdered somebody. Murder. If you killing people, I'm not going down for killing somebody.
Not going down, officer. We weren't supposed to kill her.
Officer, I know her social. I know where she lives. I know her social media. Like
fucking singing, nigga. Like I'm singing. You got me fucked up. You're dumb, bitch. No one told you to shoot her. Like, yeah, that's a wrap. I'm not going.
I'm mad as fuck. You were like, if we went to rob somebody and you shoot them, like.
I'm just saying there's circumstances, but I'm not snitching on some like we both did some shit. We both agreed to do it. Fine. I'm definitely I'm rocking with you. Like we got caught. I don't know what the fuck you talking about, sir.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm going hard standing by that. But if I told you, hey, listen, this is the plan, no one gets hurt, and you hurt somebody, you got me fucked up. I got kids to make.
Yeah, no, because bitch, that's like life. Like no.
Yeah.
First off, I'm carrying the gun, not y'all, because I don't trust nobody.
Yeah. Because bitch, no one knows. Yeah. Like you don't.
Yeah.
Know. Mm-hmm.
We don't. You know what? We talking too much. Let's. Listen. If y'all ever see us on the news, it wasn't us. Okay.
It was not.
Roja. It was Brosia, not
I was about
China.
to say, if someone gets shot, might be me. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. What about dating your friend's ex?
I mean, we discussed this. I mean, if it's somebody that you've had sex with, or you dated in like middle school, fucking high school for a short period of time, is different. However, like, I've had experience dating somebody who has hooked up with my friends, or that my friends had feelings with in like their childhood. And I definitely did, you know, even though it was years later and we were adults, I did call them and I hit them up and I asked them like, how do you feel about this? You know, and I did get permission in a sense, because if any of my friends did say, I still have feelings or I would feel differently.
You would have been like, oh, I can't do this with you.
Yeah. Because at
Even
that
though you
time,
were
I
feeling
didn't allow
everything
myself
intensely.
to develop strong feelings for this person. I already knew where it was going before I'm going to ask.
Okay.
But none of the relationships, like if my friend is in a relationship with somebody for 5 years, I'm not dating them.
Oh, what about being friends with your friend's ex?
Being friends with your friend's ex.
Mm-hmm.
But like you guys were friends before they were together?
No. Like your friend was with somebody for let's say 5 years, and you got to know this person and you're cool with this person, and then they break up. Does that person become an enemy now, or
Not an enemy, but I mean, boundaries. Like I said, like I'm not gonna be, if it hurts my friend's feelings to be associated with them or anything, I'm not going to. I think about my friend's feelings. My relationship with them.
For a while, when I broke up with my baby daddy, when I seen my friends following him, I was bothered.
Yeah.
I'm like, y'all know what he put me through. Why are you guys following
him
on social media? But now I don't care. It's like, it is what it is. But
yeah,
I did.
it's bothersome. But you know what? A lot of people do follow people on social media to be nosy. But as far as like being friends, like if I see you maybe like at an event, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, I'm not talking to you, because it's almost, like, oh hey, how are you doing, whatever. Depending on the breakup, like I don't know, like
that depends.
you and your
If
husband,
really
right?
hurt my friend and it was ugly.
Yeah, like you and your husband, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have created a friendship with your husband because you guys have dated for so many years. He's my son's godfather. If I see him in public, I'm not going to be like, oh my god. However, if you guys are arguing and it ends on bad terms, bro just says fuck you, so it's fuck you right now. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's weird. Like, I guess it depends on the terms. Like, I wouldn't call you my friend.
Circumstantial.
Yeah, it is. But for that it is, because it's like if you guys ended on a healthy, it's healthy, then I'll say what's up to you, but I'm not going to be your friends. We're not friends, we're acquaintances.
For sure.
I can be social or like whatever.
So tell me something that you regret in friendship.
Something that I regret in friendship. One of my biggest regrets in friendship, and it's something that I've learned, is just kind of not showing my appreciation for a friend, and also not making enough time for my friends who did need it. Just because, and like I said, I'm a loner, but I very much am comfortable in my situation. I have a partner, I have kids, I have a home, I have my own things, and you kind of get solitude in those things. But I've had friends who don't have those things and who have needed me, and I kind of isolated myself because I'm an introvert. And I've noticed that my friends need me, and I need to, I've learned to I need to put myself out there more and be a good friend. Being a good friend isn't just about not being messy,
or being bored,
I mean? Or just being a phone call away. Sometimes you got to be the one to reach out. That's something I regret.
And remember that sometimes you need your friends.
Yeah.
For sure.
Thank you, Brosia.
You're welcome, girl.
What is something
I do remind you? So listen, don't I
Uh-oh.
think no, listen. I think
Uh-oh.
that I think I'm a very good friend. I value who I am as a friend. So there's not too many things that I sit around and be like, oh, um, you could do this better, you could do that better, because I communicate well. I express how I feel when I feel the way. I'm very honest. So there's not too many things, but like things in the past, like I think I was a bitchy friend, like I was a very entitled friend. And it's like, um, I think I carry that some days, like not as a person, but just like there's some times where I'm just like, as even as a woman, but like back in the day, more than anything, I was just very entitled. I felt like um it's like my way or the highway in
Yeah.
a sense. And that hurt a lot of friendships that I had. It caused a lot of chaos in my friend groups and stuff. But today I take pride, and that's why
But
I
you
get so
learn.
hurt when
I mean,
people.
that's
Yeah, exactly.
like
Like
that's
so
what you
that, and
learn.
that's
Like, what
why
did
I
you
take such
learn?
pride.
Yeah.
Exactly, because like I'm accountable. I'm able to say
Yeah.
sorry. Like I said, I just do all the things that I want a friend to do to me. So today there's not too many things I regret as far as who I am as a friend, but like
But
back in
that's
the
what I'm
day, I
saying.
could have done a lot better to people.
Yeah, well, regret, in past term, like from what I said, is definitely a past term thing. But moving forward is something that I've learned that that's what I need to do or fix in order to create appropriate friendships and just be there for people because I'm very comfortable with minimal um,
And that's
relation.
okay.
Yeah, even in my partner, even with my partner, I'm very minimal, and people aren't. Not everybody's like that. So it's like you
No,
also,
because I'm not.
people got a love language,
Hmm.
and people have a
Hmm.
love language with their friendships too.
Hmm.
People don't want to be friends. Like you can't treat your friends the way you want to be treated. Sometimes they got a different language.
The
I think that's
biggest
something that people.
thing, like you said, people have love languages, so it can't be, well, I'm just like this, so deal with it. You
Yeah,
kind of got to get with the way people want to be loved and want to be, communicated with as
meet
a
in the
friend
middle.
or,
Meet in
for
the
sure.
middle. Yeah, for sure.
Um, and one thing you've learned about or within your friend groups, like just one thing you would say that has benefited, or like the formula to healthy friendships, like what
Oh,
would you say?
communication for sure. Like before, it used to be like growing up. It used to just be like, you don't want to be my friend, or we're arguing and you want distance and you don't want to talk to me. Well, fuck you. I don't need you. And just growing up, like I've learned to um, argue in a healthy way, have
Yeah.
disagreements in a healthy way, communicate. I've learned that not everything needs to be the end of the fucking world. You get what I'm saying? Like, just fucking talk. Like, you could
Yeah.
talk to me the same way you talk to your partner, same way you talk to your sister. Like, you don't gotta fake with me. Like, if things between you and your friends are always fucking great, somebody's not being fucking real. Somebody's not
Yeah.
being honest. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And if
Yeah.
somebody's throwing some shade or things are off, just fucking address it and
Yep.
talk about it.
Yeah.
And what about you?
um I mean, I guess that's it. I learned in my friendships that you have to communicate. You have to, like what you said, like that's why I'm just so big on it. I say how I feel, even if it's gonna make things a little uncomfortable. Like, bitch, I feel like you've been doing this, or like I think that just communicating your feelings is important in friendships, in all relationships. If you feel somebody is a foe, I think you should, address it and then potentially fall back from it, because that type of shit in your life is, I can't take
Life
it,
is
so
too
I don't know.
short.
Yeah,
Life
exactly.
is too fucking
For the
short to be
negativity.
fucking with people
So
who ain't fucking with you. So
exactly. So um I learned that you can argue with somebody today and it could be okay tomorrow,
yeah,
as far as that. And then the secret to, or the formula to a healthy friendship, like you said, communication. Communication. I think that's the secret to every relationship, if I'm being honest. Like, as long as you can talk to somebody about how you feel. And then respect for someone's
yeah.
feelings goes a long way. Like,
But
it's
you,
like, okay, you're saying this to me, and we went through this before. It's like you're saying this to me, and I'm just trying to tell you that it's not that, it's not that, it's not that. But obviously, I made you feel that way. So
Yeah.
I respect how you feel, and I'm sorry I made you feel that way, even if it wasn't that. Like respect towards feelings, being able to emotionally handle somebody, like handle someone's emotions, is like the biggest thing in friendship.
Yeah.
So.
And I would also say to just make sure that you make time for your friendship to be like to bond with the person. Like, don't just like text every once in a while and think that's enough. No, you guys
Yeah.
definitely need to take time to bond and build a relationship because people are constantly changing. So a phone call every couple of weeks is not enough. You know
Yep.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Make time to go out. You're a mom. You're in a relationship. Fucking take a moment away from your everyday life and go fucking hang out with your friends. Y'all need it. Everybody needs a friend.
Facts. But okay, let's take a shot before we go. My tongue is blue.
Should have been red.
Yeah. Oh, bags. All right, cheers. Hold on. To healthy friendships and pointing out the snakes in your circle and getting rid of them.
Yes.
Cheers.
Woo.
All right, guys, that wraps up our Friends Are Faux episode. We appreciate all of you for tuning in. If you are not already, subscribe to our YouTube at the link in our bio. We appreciate you all, and until next week, Creating Anarchy is out.
Bye.